he said quietly.
Walking through someone else's last moment.
Haita thought.
The goddess teaches that we should respect the dead. This is respecting legacy. This is respecting the legacy.
Frian stopped at a stall marked with a symbol of balloon flower carved into the wood.
Botanical Archive.
She sighed. The stall was small, crammed with skulls and dry specimens and clay pots of seeds. She pulled the scroll and unrolled it with reverent care.
Her eyes moved across the text with the intensity of a mage, reading something she had been searching for 800 years.
Her eyes moved across the text with the intensity of a mage, reading something she had been searching for 800 years.
This is a fragment,
She said.
a reference. The Fu archive is deeper. The Fu archive is deeper.
But something moved in the shadows behind the stall. Something that was not frozen, not preserved, not part of the seed monic. Aishan's axe was in his hand before anyone else registered the movement. Aizen's axe was in his hands before anyone else registered the document.
Behind me.
He said. 2 words that were an entire battle plan. A shape emerged from the darkness, a creature of stone and old magic, animated by the seal's residual power, built to guard the archive. It had no face, only a single glowing eye that swept across the party with mechanical precision. It had no face, only a single glowing eye that swept across the party with mechanical precision.
It's a guardian.
Friar said.
Out magic. Very old. It won't reason. It will only protect. But what reason? It will not protect.
The creature launched, silent and fast.
Aizen met it head-on, his axe sparking against its stone body.
The impact shook the market shelves, sending scrolls and pottery crashing to the ground.
Himu moved along the creature's flank, his sword finding joys in its construction.
Poised Kara.
Chikodot! Frieren studied the creature's movements.
In the chest, behind the big stone.
Haito raised his staff.
Can you hold it?
He asked Aizen. Aizen planted his feet and caught the guardian's neck strike on his axe handle.
Yes.
He said through gritted teeth. Kamisa his moment and leaped onto the creature's back, driving his sword into the joint between neck and shoulder. The guardian staggered, its eye flickering. Flaring spoke a single word of unbinding, and the magic holding the creature together dissolved. It corrupted into gravel and dust.
The dusk settled.
The party stood in the silence of the archive, breathing hard. Lapin says looked at the skulls studied around the destroyed stone. Did we break anything important? Friar and Naoto began carefully gathering the buoyant skulls.
The spell I need is sealed in the archive vault.
Shisan. Yeah.
We must find the key.
Haita knelt to help her, his gentle hands sorting ancient papers with practiced care. Himu sheathed his sword.
Avoid. Yeah, course. Everything Barapa in the magical ski has a vault.
The vault door was set into the floor of the archive, a circle of stone carved with elven script worn by centuries. Friaring read the text aloud.
The key is knowledge. The lock opens when the seeker proves they understand the value of what they seek.
She looked at the party.
Erido. The elves were fond of dolls.
Laughed Princess, knelt and traced the carvings with her fingers. It was a password. Friaring shook her head.
Not a word. Understand it.
The riddle required them to answer a question about Bokmi. about the nature of growth and persistence. Freya answered it with the precision of someone who had spent 800 years studying exactly this subject. The vault door sank into the earth, revealing a small chamber lined with skulls and jars and preserved specimens. The air inside smelled of herbs and urge and earth. Friallen stepped forward, her hand reaching toward a single scroll sealed with wax and tied with green ribbon.
I found it.
She said.
The Verden Vigil.
She unrolled the scroll with crumpling fingers and read the 12 words. Then she written again.
And again.
Hemel watched her with a gentle smile.
Is it real?
Flareon looked up, and her eyes were wet unexpectedly. Impossibly wet for the elf who never showed emotion.
It is real.
She said,
It is real. I have been looking for 800 years.
Haita bowed his head in silent thanks.
Aizen said nothing, but his hand found their shoulder for just a moment.
Black Princess stood at the edge of the boat and watched an Earth who had lived 1,000 years finally stop searching for something she had wanted all along.
Yeah.
Ready? They left the Soka market with the boson visual, carefully secreted in Frian's pack. The frozen fountain drift as they passed it, the temporal seal finally healing its magic behind them. The water began to flow again, first drops, then a trickle, then a stream. 2,000 years of frozen time melting into motion. Himo poised to wash it,
It's like the city is working out.
he said. Frian said,
It is. Hey. The seal is failing now that the archive is opened. This market will be flooded mata the decade.
Black Princess looked back at the stalls and the frozen moments. At least someone finally found what they were looking for here. Climbing out of the sinkhole was harder than descending. The stairs were steep, and the sun was setting when they finally emerged onto the surface. The Grey May Mountains stretched before them, pointed orange and gold by the dying light. Himo stretched with a Tuaska groan.
That was the deepest hole I have ever visited.
Icy said,
You have visited many holes.
Imu said,
はい、見せたるマニホース。This one was the deepest.
Black Princess laughed, her voice echoing across the empty plain. This is the strangest vacation I have ever been on.
Friaden sat on a rock and opened the scroll again, studying the 12 words by the fading light.
Her lips moved silently, memorizing each syllable. Haga built a small fire efficient, quick practiced. I sensei approach. Himu sat beside Frian and said nothing, just being there the way Himu always was. Black Princess watched them all and felt something settle in her chest, a warmth that had nothing to do with the fire. She was part of this now. Natta Hisita! No Yoksaiba! No? Kato it?
I can cast it tomorrow.
Friallen sighed. 5 minutes holding this goal.
At dawn. The conditions will be optimal.
Himi nitta harezan.
Then we'll have to garden Babiakashi.
Friaren looked at him, and there was something in her expression that Black Princess had never seen before. Anticipation. No calm or patience or even detachment. Anticipation. She was looking forward to something.
Yes,
She said, 私にかければ
we walk.
Act yo, the forest of trees. The door marked
Tataniku archive.
did not read the books. It led to stairs, stone steps, spiraling upward through raw earth and root systems. They climbed for what felt like an hour, the walls gradually shifting from carved stone to packed dirt to tangled ropes interwoven so tightly they formed a living tunnel. Then light appeared about green and gold and the impossible warm after the underground. They emerged through a gap between two messy goats into a forest.
So ancient the trees made the ones back home look like houseplants.
Frioryn touched the Nea's tree and closed her eyes.
These are Inibaran Sentanoji.
She said,
Klanteba Erums 1000 years ago, as guardians of knowledge. We are in the trial forest.
La Princess looked around at the enormous trunks, wider than houses bark, silver gray and carved with spirating symbols.
Trial forest.
She repeated, which means trials.
Freya Narut.
The elves, called Archive Botanica magic here, did not believe in locks and keys.
They believed in weediness.
The forest itself will test us. If I prove worthy, it will lead us to the archive.
Frioryn continued.
If we do not,
She paused.
it will lead us in circles until we give up or die of old age.
Himu grinned.
一面記それ好きにエクソレンツ
Aizu said,
I would prefer a Nomoto, but here we are.
the first trial found Ken with luminance. The path narrowed into a globe of mushrooms the size of umbrellas, their caps deep purple and glowing with faint bioluminescence. Pity! Black Princess said, reaching toward one. Frioryn grabbed her wrist.
Toxic spore mushrooms.
She said,
One touch release prolificals. The spores hang in the air for hours. We need to close the grove without disturbing any of them.
the path's through was maybe 30 feet. The muscles were everywhere. Hemel went first, stepping with the precision of a man who had navigated dungeons for years. He placed each foot like it was a chess move. Heel down, weight shift, toe down, next step.
He made it 15 feet before his cape.
Brushed the mushroom cap.
The cap posed and a cloud of purple spores bloomed outward. Himmel froze, held his breath, and the cloud drifted past his face by inches. He exhaled.
Keep off next time.
He whispered.
Ice insects.
Toji caves were impractical.
Imisa.
Fashion has a cost.
Aizen went next and used the direct approach.
He was too wide to fit between the mushrooms, so he simply walked very slowly and very carefully while holding his axe horizontally to push caps aside without breaking them. The mushrooms bent like river and sprang back into place. It worked until one mushroom cap was apparently load-bearing. It tipped over, hit another mushroom, which hit another, and suddenly a chain reaction of purple clouds erupted across the left side of the grove. Aizen sprinted through the last 10 feet like a drug-shaped bullet. Hoita created a divine wind tunnel that pushed the spore clouds sideways, carving a temporary safe corridor through the chaos. He walked calmly while reading his travel journal, multitasking his divine gift and his hobby simultaneously. Frioryn levitated over the entire grove, because apparently that was always an option. When Luck Princess asked why she didn't mention flying earlier, Frioryn said,
Ateori koi myself.
then she looked at the mushroom disaster and added,
Also, it will not have been educational.
La Princess stated.
this is Ayase?
Laftinzas, what's the last one through?
The spur clouds had mostly cleared thanks to Haiku's wind, but pockets of purple mist still hang in low spots.
She heard her breath and moved as fast as she dared, dodging mushroom cops like the world's worst obstacle course.
She almost made it, but 2 feet from the exit, her feet caught a root and she stumbled into a cluster of 3 mushrooms simultaneously.
She panicked.
and the time freeze happened.
The spores stopped mid-air, frozen in place like purple glitter.
She walked through the frozen cloud and out the other side.
Now that is interesting.
Free Rinsat.
Your tempura ability froze the spores before you could take effect. You are developing instinctive defensive reactions.
Lang Princess lifted off her hands, which were still faintly going.
Cute.
She said,
Kamako Choet? Free Aran said.
Not yet. That the forest will teach you, if you let it.
Behind Ding, the frozen spruce died and poked harmlessly into empty air. Himu patted her shoulder.
That was almost graceful.
She said, We both know it was not.
The second trail came as sound before sight, a howl that echoed through the senkum trees like a chord struck on an instrument made of wind and forest.
Then another howl, answering the first, then a third, a fourth.
Silver shapes appeared between the trees. Wolves the size of horses with fur that shifted like moonlight on water. Their eyes golden and intelligent.
These were not animals. These were guardians, elven werewolves bound to the forest by magic older than nations. There were at least 20 of them. The alpha stepped forward, a massive beast whose shoulder reached Homo's chin, silver blue fur rippling with contained power.
It looked at each member of the party in turn, its golden eyes assessing, weighing, judging.
Then it fixed on Himmel and Snow, noting Anku in challenge.
Ours a Himmel is getting.
Himmel looked at the wolf.
The wolf looked at Hile.
Something ancient passed between them, directly in a sea of one leader by Himmel sheathed the sword.
This is not a fight.
He said.
It's a duel.
Himu stepped forward alone, on Akum. The alpha land, not to kill, to test. Himu sidestepped with dancer's cries, and the wolf's jaws closed on air. It spun and launched again. Himu caught its momentum and redirected it past him like a matador. The wolf landed, turned, and this time approached slowly, shakily.
Himmel mushed its base.
Two bees moving in a spiral of mutual respect. The wolf stopped, sat, and bowed its enormous head.
Himu bowed to Pak. The Pak budded like a silver curtain and the path forward opened. Haito whispered.
Did just Autamades a half.
Aishin said.
Yes. That is extremely Himmel.
Beyond the walls, the forest changed. The centennial trees grew closer together, their branches interweaving overhead until the canopy was solid, a roof of living wood that let through only needles of green light.
The ground was covered in soft moss that swallowed their footsteps, and the air hung with magic so thick Life Princess could taste it like static electricity mixed with pine sap.
This erstwhile will be different.
Ryan said.
Avon test. Always Ascolite.
The first tests the